Yes. Hiya, yeah, welcome to lecture 5. Fifth lecture in the series. What have we established so far? If you haven't heard the previous lectures, tend to concentrate on the fact that we're born, nobody's entirely sure why, or if there is indeed any point. We live and then we die, and after we die, nobody's exactly sure what's going to happen there. So we don't know why we're here. We don't know what we're supposed to be doing while we're here. And we're not sure where, if anywhere, we're going after here. So we've cleared that up in the first 4 lectures. It's strange, isn't it? I can only speak for myself, obviously, which I suppose is partly the point of these lectures. But isn't death a strange thing? You know, I got quite a blasé attitude towards, death if I'm not emotionally involved. People get carried away with things they see on TV, with certain deaths which we're told to care about, and others which we're not, and it's just, there's so much of it goes on. You can't be emotionally involved if you by proxy or whatever. You can't do it these days. These days, not like the old days when nobody used to get killed. But yeah, you can't, but I'm fully aware of, for example, if a bomb gets dropped somewhere and 1,000 people are killed, right? If I don't know who they are, I can't pretend that it emotionally affects me. Obviously, the reasons behind it being done, you can think, fuck, that's wrong, that shouldn't be happening. You can get sort of, something bordering on anger, I suppose, that these things are happening, but I can't seem to feel that sadness that a lot of people feel, But yeah, my point is, you could have 1,000 people bombed to death, and each of those 1,000 people, I've got people who that death will fucking kill. Do you know what I mean? It'll emotionally destroy people, to know that their mother, son, brother, girlfriend, uncle, whatever, it's just been wiped off the face of the earth. And each of those 1,000 people, have got a different story. So, I'm aware that death can be painful for the people directly involved, but there's a lot of proxy sort of stuff goes on these days, and I don't really get that. But the thing that got me thinking about this is some sort of Amy Winehouse thing on TV tonight. I keep seeing on social media that people are watching. And that was one of the ones that touched me a little bit more than usual when she died. I thought, oh gosh, that doesn't sit right. That doesn't sit right. But I remember somebody saying before, I can't remember who said it, and I can't remember who they were talking about, but it was somebody died from the music scene. And, people were sort of saying, oh God, imagine all those songs that, he hasn't written yet. To grieve, when somebody's dead, to grieve what they didn't do. Bit of a strange one, that, for an artist. Oh my God, if he hadn't have been shot in New York, he would have written some better songs. Better ones than the ones he did with like the Beatles and Imagine and Give Peace a Chance. Yeah, he'd have written some proper tunes, if he'd have got to 70. Oh, the films he would have made if he hadn't died. Yep, alright, he may have won an Oscar, but he may have won another one, you never know. Strange, though, innit? The old death. I don't know why I got it on my mind tonight. I think the old Winehouse thing started it, but anyway, we all got that to look forward to. And hopefully this lecture will get you, 40 minutes closer or whatever to your due date. I found a psychic recently. Some of you may have heard the call. It's, it's not so much my lecturing side, it's more my prank call side that was based in. Griff calls psychic. It's on YouTube probably. But but she's gone down the wrong way. Yeah, there was a reason I was going to tell you I found that psychic. Something to do with death. Hey, let's move off that topic of the old death. Let's move on to something a bit more cheerful, shall we? I took my daughter swimming today. My youngest daughter goes to swimming lessons. Better swimmer than me now, and that's not even a joke. She's 4, nearly 5. But Swans legend, ex-manager Gary Monk was there. His daughter goes to the same swimming class. I sort of know him and his daughter from they used to be in the same, no, not him, his daughter used to be in the same creche or nursery as my daughter, playgroup. At one point, actually, because I was fucking famous in them days. And at one point, amongst the dads at that, of kids at that nursery was myself, call centre legend Griff. The then Swans manager, Gary Monk. Ben Winchester, who played the ghost in the call centre. And Darren Valerio, who you probably know him as the world's first officially sort of recognised sleep texter. And 4 very famous dads up there. You couldn't get out of there for half hour for signing autographs at certain points. But yeah, saw Mr. Monk at the swimming today, said hello to him and everything. He said, all right. And it was strange, I suppose I can count myself as a grown man as well, with 2 grown men. And after, somebody losing a job that meant so much to them, their dream job, and to have it sort of snatched away, and all quite publicly, really, in the end. The heartbreak attached to that, you finally got a job, you feel like you really belong there, and you want to give it everything, and it's in your heart, To have it snatched away, it's sad, and and I think he picked up on that because he didn't mention Amazon to me at all. So I think he was picking up on how I was feeling, and he didn't mention it. But yeah, our girl swimming is improving now. I was thinking actually when I saw him, I was thinking, I tell you what, could it be happening, old monkey boy? Southampton at the end of the season is not looking great there at the moment, as if Koeman thinks, so I don't know about this anymore. Could be his backup dream job. So year first, Monk's going to Southampton. Swans are going with Curtis for the rest of the season. Strange one really, but I can't say I'm unhappy about it. I'd rather somebody who cares take us down than somebody who doesn't care keep us up in some twisted way. I think we'd be alright, Things have improved slightly since Curtis has taken over. Players are, making a bit more effort now, which certain ones had point blank refused to under Monk. Dug their heels in, weren't going to change their minds. So, I don't know, Jenkins, he's going with for your football fans out there, and Swans fans will know all too well, but we had to beat Hull last game of the season about 10, 12, 13 years ago to stay in the league. Now, don't talk to me about your Champions League and your fucking Premier League. That's exciting, boy. Last day of the season, you have to win to stay in the league. Fucking buzz that was, that build-up that week. And Yeah, we done it 1-4-2, but they brought Curtis in. They brought Curtis in before the game. They give a bit of a speech to explain to those players just what Swansea City means to people like Curtis and people like myself, and thousands of us who've grown up, been born into it. So they got Curtis to give the rallying speech, before the Hull game. And now they brought him in for 3 months or whatever, January, February, March, 8 performance for the rest of the season, to do what I called earlier an extended rallying cry. So that's how we do it in Swans when we're in the Premier League. Right, we need to get rid of a manager. What are we going to do? We're not going to bother with a manager for a bit now. It'll be alright. I've told Alan to bring his trainers in tomorrow, so he's going to take training. He's manager now. And we'll stay up, yeah. We'll get another one in. But I'm hoping that this is all some master plan, which means that Chris Coleman takes over after Wales win the Euros in the summer. Very exciting that's going to be. But it would make sense if we haven't got a manager now. And I'd like Coleman to take over because he obviously gives a fuck. He's from the area. And as most of you know, I once cost him a League Under-10 or Under-11 League Winners' Medal. When he played for North St. Wen, I played for the mighty Fairwood Rangers. We drew on points in the league, settled by a playoff fixture down in Pencloud, I believe. Went into injury time, or extra time, 0-0, extra time. Free kick, 30 yards out. Griff, bang, through the wall. Corner of the net, in extra time. Fairwood's defence, marshalled superbly by Griffiths at the back. Hold on for a 1-0 win. Fairwood win the league. Coleman done. And I suppose he's bounced back now. Now he's taken Wales to the Euros. He's probably finally moved on from that. But no, I'm still basking in it. Wonderful, wonderful memories. Yeah, but maybe Coleman's coming here at the end of the season. I don't know. If you're not into football, I was going to apologise, but fuck that. Just get into football. This is the cutting edge anyway. You don't have to, nobody's kicking a ball about you. I'm just kicking some words around. Kicking a few thoughts around. But on the sporting theme, I saw something on the news, I think it was yesterday, or the day before possibly, about this Indian kid who's become the first cricketer in an organised, using that word loosely there, in an organised cricket match to score 1,000 runs. If anybody knows about cricket, scoring 1,000 runs, I was going to say it's unheard of, but obviously it's not now. But I've done that very fucking often, let me tell you that much, if you don't know anything about cricket. And interestingly enough, this game, which seemed to be taking part between two various boroughs of Mumbai, and there just so happened to be a camera crew there to record this. Showed a bit of the innings. This kid looked about 13. Every time they just showed him twatting sixes. I think he had 29 sixes or 59 sixes. Was it 59 sixes and about 134s? I don't know. What would that be? 69 sixes is 400 odd. 100 odd fours. That's about right. We'll go with that. And the footage they showed just showed him twatting six after six, bang, bang. Didn't show much, just the ball in the air. But on a few of the clips, I did notice that some of the fielders were running after some of these fucking missiles this kid was launching. Looked at me, he'd be about 4 or 5 years of age, all fielding in clusters of 3 or 4. But it didn't show it very, very clearly, but it was enough to arouse my suspicions, that this was a bit of a setup. Because apparently Tendulkar had tweeted him within fucking 24 hours, congratulating him. But, you know, how many of these sort of Indian village games, it's obviously sort of under 15 games where one team sends it under 15s and the other team sends it under fucking 5s. How often is there a film crew there? Just happen to be there to capture this fantastic fucking innings, to get it on the news, to get it sold around the world. To get this kid being interviewed. Oh, I want to play cricket for India when I'm older. No, do? You don't fucking say. There's me thinking you were looking to go into the HGV side of life. Yeah, I just want to interview this cricketer now who's just scored 1,000 runs. So what do you want to do when you grow up? I want to be a cricketer. Do? Ah, tidy. You like cricket, do you? Yeah. Any good? Yeah, fucking brilliant. He's got 1,000 runs today, 59 sixes, over 100 fours. Playing against a load of fucking crawling babies. Funny enough, the cameras were... you can't believe anything you see on TV. I know it's a bit of a cliche, but it's true. You know, you can edit anything. Can you imagine? Can you imagine having an argument with somebody for an hour, right, and then be able to go away with all the footage of that argument and everything that's been said and 4 different angles of it, and to be able to sort of split the recording, split the voice, you know, and doctor it and come back and say, oh, yeah, we just had this argument. Can you imagine, you know, how far off the truth you could go just with a bit of editing, a bit of imagination, a bit of deviousness, a bit of whatever. You know, and obviously in my own sort of, I don't know, I suppose it is quite a limited TV career. Okay, I've been involved in a BAFTA stroke WAFTA award-winning programme. You know, star of stage and screen. Obviously, music, you know, music now another string to my bow with the release of my new single last week, Driving Force. You may have heard on the lecture. But yeah, I've been my own limited experience, you know, I've seen that they'll manipulate things. Just, you know, not even for any devious reason. Just to make it into some sort of logical, you know, storyline, even if it didn't happen. So the extent, you know, when people are deliberately setting out to dupe people, you know, through the media, for obviously far more serious reasons than the scented the call ever did. It's probably such a pure fucking science now, isn't it? You know, hypnotising people through TV and everything else. You know, they probably got it down to a fucking T. I don't watch the news very often these days, you know. Find it too irritating, and obviously you can't believe a fucking word of it, you know. Anytime you do put the fucking TV on, it'll tell you some fucking kids just hit 1,000 in an afternoon. Some under fucking 2's game in India. So you know it's all bullshit. But I did just catch the news now, because it was on at the end of the Liverpool extra Liverpool game. And yeah, anybody listening? Yes, I do look like Jurgen Klopp. Yeah, because we've both got glasses and we both aren't clean shaven usually, and we're both Caucasian. So yeah, spit of him. Spit of him. I've been told that by about 4 separate people today. You look like Klopp. Is that? Do I? Why didn't you tell my mate? Because he thinks that as well. You should have told him, not me. He's possibly interested. Yeah, but I did catch the news. And first story on the news. The safe limit for drinking alcohol. We've reduced that now from 21 units, I think, down to 14 units. You know, out of the blue. Oh, we've been telling you the safe number of units to drink for years. Oh, sorry. It's a third less than that. Which, led me to think one thing. And the only thing that, for them to put that on the first story on the fucking news, that's just another little baby step along the route to legalization of cannabis that's coming in this country this year, I'd say. Possibly next year at the latest. But I think it's just going to, before you know it, it's going to be bang, bang, bang. It's going to be as quick as flipping Smurf putting 3 Rizzlers together. It's all gonna change. I wonder how it's going to affect the smoking ban. You're not allowed to smoke in certain places. What's going to happen when people start opening up cafes to sell cannabis and all that, and weed, and they're going to have like smoking areas outside? Or they're all going to be set up, like those outdoor sort of beach bars you get, where it's just a sort of 4-sided bar, and it's got a load of stools around it, and then some seats. You just sell from there, yeah. So I suppose, yes, it's all outdoors really, but with some sort of gazebo effect going on. And a couple of those bloody heating things, one would imagine, living in this climate. Yeah, so if they put it on the news that people are drinking too much, or the safety limits have, changed or whatever, they're not doing that because they give a fuck about your health, son. They're not trying to, hey, calm down with a bevy now. Not trying to nudge you along in your New Year's resolutions or whatever. There'd be some reason why they're putting the devil sign on the Beverado. And I just think logically now, legalization of cannabinoids has got to come. There's just too much money being made now by people growing their own and selling it. So they're just going to say to look, just grow your fucking own. Look, everybody just grow your own. And some people will, some people won't. A lot of people will take great delight in walking around the street, walking into a shop and saying, can I have 2 of those, 3 of those, 2 of those, half of this, quarter of that, blah, 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 like an adult. I think all drugs should be legal. And I'm not suggesting that everybody should take all drugs, but it was nice to have the option, isn't it? I think I was singing last week, you give smack a bad name. I've heard that actually said before by people talking about, mental people talking about other mental people. Oh, he gives smack a fucking bad name, he does. Ruining its bloody reputation, you are, man, with all those antics. Do you know what I mean? The fact of the matter is, even with that, heroin addicts can't afford heroin, go out stealing, got to steal 200 quid's worth of stuff, or sell it for a third. I got to sell 300 quid's worth of stuff to sell for 100 quid. So I have enough money to do gear for 2 days. Fuck, do you know what I mean? If it was a £5 a gram, then you have to rob 15 quid's worth. Think how much the crime rates are going to go down. You could go into Tesco's and rob a pack of ham, as Griff once suggested. And it'd be enough to sort you out for a day. Be fucking great, man. Just put a little booth, little food bank booth down by Tesco's. Fill it full of 10 bags. And then when you got all the shoplifters coming out of Tesco's looking to swap 25, 30 quid's worth of cheese for a 10 bag. The food bank can facilitate the transaction. So basically what we're looking at is a food bank, food bank in every city. Give them all about $5,000 worth of gear. Or brown heroin or whatever term you want to use out there. Give every food bank about $5,000 worth of brown. And a little booth to sell from. A refrigerated booth near to the main Tesco branch. Because you will find, and I'm not talking down about Tesco's now, but you will find do tend to attract heroin users or abusers. Heroin addicts, they do tend to congregate around Tesco's, don't they, for some reason. Yeah. Not dull, see? You'll never see a heroin addict sitting outside the Buc-ee's asking for money. Maybe they are dull though. Maybe that is a good idea. You're probably going to get more digs, but you're going to get, your big payments and that, your big payoffs. So I remember there was a guy who was this black guy who used to be on St. Helens Road. I'd walk past, he'd always ask me for money, or I'd give him a fag or whatever. And he's always there, and he's proper interesting. I know everybody says, oh, he's what a character. But he'd obviously lived a bit, do you know what I mean? He'd travelled a bit, and he didn't look stressed out to be homeless. He just, he was, but he needed people to help him out, on a day-to-day basis to get through whatever phase of life he's going through. But he was, he looked quite content in his life anyway. I remember him asking me for money, and I literally didn't have any, and I went to town, and I went to Buc-ee's, and I won about 300 or 400 quid. I remember thinking, if he's still there, I'm going to give him 20 quid, and he was, and I did. I gave him 20 quid, and I gave him about 40 grams of tobacco. And, yeah, so beggars outside Buc-ee's, is it a good thing? Maybe it is. Maybe it's a good idea, but don't actually ask people if you got any spare change. Just, you got to be in sort of look at them, as if to say, did he win? Did he win loads? Gonna put some back in the Karma Bank. Yeah, Saturday tomorrow. Be doing my 2 goals or more bet again. Could do with a win actually, because well, as I mentioned last week, I've been relieved of my duties at the Zon, trying to get back up there, but don't know when that's likely to happen. And obviously, with Christmas and everything going on, and getting that job suddenly with an agency, and previously being depressed and, on the sick or whatever it's called these days, everything becomes such a bloody muddle that I may have inadvertently forgot to tell the ESA people I'd been doing some sort of some work, Somebody phoned about that today, so I said to them, yep, I need to speak to somebody about my change of circumstances, funnily enough, because they've sort of changed back to not working now. So I've arranged to go and see them and, have a chat with a woman from Housing Benefit, just to get your cards on the table, because obviously I got nothing to hide, Doctor told me I was depressed, I wasn't really fit for work, and then suddenly one day I found myself, down that agency, and then with the littering ticket, the financial pressure that immediately put on me, the thought of that coming down the line, 75 quid, that's over a week's employment support allowance. The money that they give you to live on for a week if you're mentally ill isn't enough to cover the cost of allegedly putting one roly butt down a drain. So yeah, what with the stress of that, still waiting for the magistrate's summons. I'll keep you posted about that, but I won't be paying it. You can rest assured I won't be paying a fucking penny of that. And I'll be seeking legal advice if there are any, highly trained legal people listening to this. Get in touch with me, through my private channels. You know, anybody with experience with the sort of bailiffs and all these other fucking numbskulls, traffic wardens and all, just all so militant and militant. Brainwashed. What do you want to be when you grow up? A traffic warden? You know, nobody said that. It's one of those jobs, isn't it? I suppose the same with telesales. Once you're doing it, you just got to leave your dignity at the fucking door, son. You know, it's don't work both ways. Doesn't work both ways. Yeah, no, I'm not sure about these lectures anymore. It's been a quiet week. I've been quite... found it easy, you know, not working this week to revert straight back into being depressed. It was good, actually. Fitted like a fucking glove for about 3 days. Obviously, there was the big high on Monday of, you know, putting my first single together. And then, obviously, the big launch Tuesday. The relaunch then on Wednesday, then the official launch then on Thursday. And obviously today I've been doing the media launch. I think I was probably expecting it to be in the clubs by now and DJs ringing me up, begging to remix it. May have misinterpreted that one again. Yeah, I've been reading through your comments and all that business. Appreciate all the feedback. You know, I agree with you sometimes. Somebody like, oh, I wasn't quite so funny last week. But like this week, I don't think I've been happy with one of these lectures yet, if I'm honest. You know, properly. But, you know, I sort of made a deal with myself that I'm not going to bloody, you know, sit here recording all week just to get an hour. You know, I usually get this recording done. Very rarely I'll start recording something and not use it, you know. Maybe I should, you know. Maybe I need a bit of QC. May draft Dion and Fat Dion, remember him? May draft him into quality control these lectures. There's all sorts of crap slipping through the net in there by all accounts. Strange recording this one now. Coco's here, my daughter's here, she's sleeping. So I feel like I'm talking a little bit quiet than I would normally. So obviously, Dad, who are you talking to? Nobody really, just some trucker from Burnley and 2 or 3 obsessed fans. But you know, you're my fans, innit? And without you, said it before, I'll say it again. Without you, I'm nothing. With you, I'm next to nothing, but without you, I'm nothing. Yeah, so what's going on in my world? Not a lot, really. You know, I always need a job, you know. It's fucking boring to even say it, but it's like, here we go again. I really wish I just had enough money to be able to afford not to work for a while. Get things done. I'm contemplating, this is what I've been thinking lately. On these YouTube channels, I've noticed these facilities which says support this channel, and I thought, what? What do you mean support this channel? What the fuck are they on about? And apparently, you lot can support this channel. You know, and the whole point of this, that's why it's called Lonely Dollar, because I'm ultimately, I'm here for your money. You know that, I know that. You know, I'm dragging it out over a series of lectures, but I have been putting in certain, you know, known hypnotic sort of trance phrases over the course of the lectures. So I find it easy to bring you back to trance state at the start of each lecture. It won't work with all of you, obviously, but I'm not requiring 100% strike rate, yeah? Yeah, but ideal scenario, what we did, we're averaging sort of 170 listeners, say, a week. But it seems to be there's a fucking hardcore developing, hardcore 100. I call them the hardcore 100. I do. I've been calling them that for about 10 seconds now. There's a good 100 of you I can rely on, You get in there early, you don't need to be fucking told. This is a lecture. Oh, is it? Okay, I'll reluctantly go and listen. It's the hardcore 100, What I need, basically, is about $1,000 a week. If I had $1,000 a week coming in, I could concentrate on these lectures. There's all sorts I could be doing. More tracks. Start doing some videos and all that. Knuckle down with the prank calls. Griff calls psychic. Soccer AM. George from I don't need to list them, do I? You know them better than me by now, you lot. So yeah, if you do see that, support this channel. Basically, just have a look at the previous weeks, how many viewers, and how many listens the lectures have had. Whatever that number is, divide that into 1,000. That's about roughly what you want to be donating. But double up what you give in, because, you don't want to be relying on other people, okay? So once we got about $1,000 a week coming in, I won't have to worry about getting a job. I can, cheer up a bit, be a bit more chirpy, like I've been advised to be. I can try and stop swearing, and I could try to say lots of funny stuff, We can really build these lectures together then. Obviously, there'll be special prizes for the ones who donate the most, like shout-outs. There'll be lots of them, and may even give you the chance to record a jingle. How's that? And the first person to donate £100 to support the channel, I'll let you record a jingle. Can't say fairer than that, can I? So yeah, that's the plan. That's where it's going. It'll save me looking for work this week if we can get this implemented ASAP. I did tell my producer, who tends to deal with the YouTube channel rather than I do, I said, whack a fucking support thing on there, one of those sponging cunt buttons, I think my mate called it. It's got a Ponsim button. That's not a Ponsim, My fans want to support my work. They don't want to wait until after I'm dead. It's been seen so many times in the past with the great artists of the time, the great voices, the great speakers, people like myself, Michelangelo, Michael Chopra Harris, Rolf Lundgren, all of us big names, Mr. Papadopoulos, all of them. You don't have to wait till they're dead, to carry them through life. So when you see that support this channel button, it ain't a fucking joke, right? As I say, if there's 200 listeners, just think, well, I owe about $5. I'll double it up in case anybody else forgets, tenner minimum. And Lonely Dollar t-shirts, they're coming soon as well. I've got them designed in my head. I need to find somebody now who can bring it from something that's happening in my head to something that's happening in the real world. I can get them made, and then wonder why then I've only sold 3. When in my plans I was going to sell like 1,000 minimum, because I have these fucking bright ideas, and wonder why they don't work. I'm baffled when I do these things, right? When they don't actually, I get out, but sometimes I get out of bed and have a piss, right? And I expect it to go viral. I've had a piss. And I'm baffled when it's like, nobody's tweeted about me having a piss today. What the fuck's going on? But yeah, it's happened many times, I had an idea and I thought, why isn't the whole world getting behind this? What Illuminati scheme is holding me back this time? But yeah, interesting stuff though. Interesting stuff. Yes.